So every new year, I write down goals, my resolutions, but I tend to not achieve all of them towards the end of the year. Why? It's because I get overwhelmed and I just give up halfway through. I believe I'm not alone in this case. Many of us are actually facing the same issue. Why? It's because we tend to actually be over ambitious at the start of a year. We write down so many things in our bullet journal or in our Notion board or just our vision board. But towards the end of the year, we can't achieve them because we tend to procrastinate, we tend to reduce the momentum as the days pass by. So how do we actually solve this issue? As 2026 is here and I'm pretty sure we all don't know what goals to actually focus on. Should I actually write down 100 goals, or my friend has got like 25 resolutions that she wants to achieve? So what are the things that I want to be able to achieve, or how do I actually be an overachiever, or how do I become better than her? No, we're not going to talk about comparison in this video, but I'm going to actually pull out points or factors that you should actually polish yourself in this year, just so you would be in your best shape, best self mentally, physically, and also spiritually. Remember to grab your notepad and a pencil, write it all down just so you will know what to focus on, and you don't have to overwhelm yourself by having 100 different goals, because trust me, you're gonna fail. And I'm not saying this, but research has in fact backed up the statement that an individual who has multiple goals or multiple things to focus on will actually not be able to focus entirely and will actually reduce in momentum over some days. Why? It's because you become so exhausted and you just will have mental breakdown. So I do not want any of you to go through that. So you guys have to listen to this video and take note. Promise me. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Bertha, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe now. Why? It's because I'm going to be posting a lot more videos this year, and I truly want you all to support, watch me, and I truly want to impact you guys positively. I do not want anyone to enter this year feeling overwhelmed, sad, depressed. Break up, let it go. Family problem, let it go. Failing your exams, let it go. Now we are all sitting here watching this video because we want to be a better version of ourselves. Are you guys ready? I truly hope you guys are ready, because I truly want to polish you guys into someone better. For information, I'm the best student throughout my whole high school. I've actually achieved all my A's, all my number one in class, and here I am today with my bachelor's degree, my master's degree, and also I'm currently working in a research company. So I would want to be able to show how you could also be productive, how you could also achieve all your goals, your dreams. It will all come true only if you are complying to this one principle, that is consistency. The source of consistency is not motivation. Because if you're actually to dive deeper into research or findings that say how some people are becoming millionaires or successful, they are not entirely relying on motivation, but in fact they are entirely relying on habits that actually make them consistent. So research has actually shown that it will take 27 days or above for you to actually concrete your habit into something that will become a daily routine. Just imagine you waking up every day. Do you brush your teeth? Yes. Why? It's because you have already told your brain that it is part of you and you have to just do it. You don't have to remind yourself to do it. Will you even forget to brush your teeth? No. So that is what I'm talking about. When you actually carry out a habit consistently, you will actually become a part of that. That habit or that routine will actually be you. It will be your new identity. So let's get started with all the main things that you actually have to focus on. The first thing is you have to write down. You have to write down, according to the book The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma. He has clearly stated that an average human has got about 60,000 thoughts every single day. Isn't that overwhelming? Just imagine you having so many different thoughts and ideation and things going on in your brain every single day. Won't you get exhausted? So that is why you have to write things down. Alright, so example, if you write things down, you'll only focus on that specific goals or things that you have got to settle, and your brain would actually feel so much at ease, and you wouldn't actually overcomplicate stuffs. Your mood will actually be elevated, you'll actually be happier, and you'll be able to settle all the assignments, your tasks in such an efficient way. When you write things down, there are a few benefits. Firstly is that you will be able to actually not overthink, especially in the mornings when you wake up. Alright, you don't have to be collecting things on what you should be doing today or tomorrow. You have already written it down, you just have to follow that. So you will not have excess thinking going on there. Secondly is that when you write things down, you will not be able to miss out on assignments, tasks, or anything that you have got to do, and you'll be able to complete all your tasks in an efficient way, meaning you'll be able to manage your time well. Thirdly is that when you write things down, you'll be able to not procrastinate. Why? It's because the power of writing things down will make sure your brain actually focuses on that task subconsciously. So when you have any unsettled work or task, it will keep haunting you. Don't you realize that, right? So when you're actually watching TV, but then you know you have got a 20-page assignment to actually complete, would you be at ease? No. It's because your brain has already registered that task within you, and since you actually wrote that down, your brain's function is actually to remind you again and again. And if you are actually going against it, it's going to keep haunting you, and that's what we call as Zeigarnik effect. So according to research, Zeigarnik effect means people tend to remember unfinished tasks better than finished tasks, and it hijacks our brains. So I do not want Zeigarnik effect to be taking place in your lives. And next is that when you actually write things down, It is so wonderful to see the art of encapsulating your thoughts and actually expressing it through writings. Sometimes when you actually write down just your to-do list or your feelings or what you're grateful for, you will feel so much lighter. Your soul, you're spiritually lit at that very moment. So that is what you should actually be focusing on this year. No more thinking on what to do, no more thinking on what you've actually missed and getting panic all the time, but you have got to actually protect your body system, your hormones. Do not rush into things. Write it down and follow the task. So the next goal that I would actually want you to actually polish on is certainly your communication skills. And in fact, am I perfect? No. I in fact want to polish on my communication skills and how to articulate things better, because that is actually an art that is very interesting to me, and I truly believe that communication skills will actually make you soar in life. With great communication skills, one can actually ace the interview. One could actually be promoted in their job. One could actually be claimed as a best friend because this person is a good listener, is a good communicator, and so on. So that is why I believe communication skills is very important, and you can also establish a lot of businesses or side income just by possessing great communication skills. So learn this beautiful art, and I'm pretty sure you will actually excel in your life. So the third goal that I would actually need you guys to focus on this year will be to pick up on good habits. So I've actually divided or discriminated hobbies into the good and also the bad hobbies. So obviously some people, they might have addiction towards certain things that I would actually claim as a bad habit. So you try to avoid such things and you try to avoid such hobbies, because what you consume, what you're actually acting on, or what you're actually putting most of your time on is what you're actually becoming. So if you're actually putting your spare time into pursuing the better or the good hobbies, example, paintings, that gives a relief of mind, it de-stresses you, or maybe walking or jogging, that makes you feel healthier, or maybe just completing some Sudoku. So for instance, if you love actually solving Sudoku, that would actually improve your memory, and the memory center in our brain is called hippocampus. So shower that campus with all this new knowledge and challenging stuffs. And the next goal that you should focus on in 2026 will certainly be your gut health. I know many people would not actually emphasize on gut health, which is certainly a balanced diet, right? Treatment for almost all illness is the free evacuation of bowels, which is also known as anal retention. How creative is that? So anal retention, meaning constipation, is the source of all illness out there. And the book has also stated clearly that the predisposer of all diseases is constipation, aka anal retention. We should actually pay good attention to making sure we don't suffer from constipation or any diseases that may actually erupt because of poor digestion, poor nutrient intake, and so on. So let's focus on this better this year. And in fact, I have been eating or binge eating a lot of sugary food last year, and it is a promise that I'm making to myself this year. It is to actually reduce my sugar intake. I'm not going to go like super crazy saying I'm going to go zero sugar this year. No, I know that sometimes when I'm craving for sugary food or sweet things, I would want to get it, but moderation is the key to success. And now the fifth goal that you guys have to focus on is actually to move your body. Mobility is so important, guys. So you know that I'm actually a fan of self-development books. I've actually read multiple books on how to actually be a better version or be a better person, right? Overall, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And these books would always come to this point, that is to move your body, to exercise. Do you know that by exercising, you will actually be able to alter your brain chemistry, and it also reduces your stress level. And stress is so bad for the health, and I will actually get back to that later, okay? So what actually happens when you move your body is that even 20 minutes of moderate exercise, I'm not going to tell you to go to the gym or do something that's harsh for your body. No, just moderate exercising, yoga, stretching, breathing exercise will actually de-stress yourself, meaning your cortisol level will be low, your adrenaline level will be low. So when your stress hormone is low, your body is less inflamed. So when your body is less inflamed, you will actually be healthier. Your digestion will go on well. So sometimes you may be eating healthy food, but when you're constantly being inflamed, when you're constantly being stressed, it is of no use, guys. You will certainly be facing constipation, you'll have stomach issues, and so on. So now I hope you understand why you have to work on your stress. My next fact is that I would want you all and also me to actually reduce the stress. As I've actually mentioned before, now let's dive deeper into stress and why we should actually reduce stress. So stress is actually caused when you actually feel scared or you're actually getting panic or something like that, right? So that's when your hypothalamus, it's actually this hormonal center in the brain, it will actually immediately release this adrenaline hormone and also this cortisol hormone, right? When these hormones get released, as I mentioned, the body will be inflamed. And for your information, the release of such hormones will actually affect your memory center, which is the hippocampus. So every time this hormone is released, 15 to 30 minutes, your memory center will be affected, your whole system will be affected. So imagine this 1 second, you actually just suddenly you became stressed. 15 to 30 minutes is the impact to your body. And now imagine you're actually stressed about 10 hours a day. How inflamed and weak your body system is going to get. Don't stress out, all right? Just reduce your stress. Try to work on it, because guys, every single thing that you're actually facing right now can actually be practiced, and you can actually alter your brain chemistry, as I mentioned. So if you're a person who always gets panic attack, you work on it. Try to do something and train your brain into thinking that you are controlling your brain, but not the brain that's controlling you. Tell that to your brain, and then you will be the master of your brain. The eighth goal that I would want you all to focus on is to be financially literate. Please be financially literate. Why? It's because, as I mentioned, growing up into an adult, when I started earning my own money, I realized that how beautiful life could get. I am no longer depending on my parents or anyone else for money. I am so happy that I'm not in any debt. Like, I can just buy whatever that I want. I can also buy whatever that would make me happy. But also, I'm not a materialistic person, so I'm not into all these brands or whatever. My happiness is certainly food. I like to explore good vegan food, and that is mostly what I actually spend on. So you need to be financially literate, make money, and make sure you know where to actually save, where to invest, and how to actually multiply your money. Try to get more side incomes, do side hustle, do things that would actually fill up your spare time into making money. The ninth goal that you will actually have to take care of this year is actually on good grooming and also self-hygiene. Okay guys, this is something that we all have to work on. Like me, I actually took a very long time to learn on how to actually dress up, what kind of makeup would actually complement brown skin girl, and what do I actually do to my hair, and what kind of clothing do I buy. So this is the kind of things that is actually constantly to be learned. Okay, so it's not like a 1 or 2 days class that you should attend and you know it all kind of thing. No, you can actually keep learning about beauty hacks and all this online, like on a daily basis. So that is what sometimes I actually do. Whenever I feel bored, I just look up at organic remedy that you can apply on your face to actually remove scars and so on. So I actually love doing this, and I am actually evading all the chemical products for a long time now. So I prefer using vegan products, organic products. That is why I always like don't have like terrible breakouts these days, right? Because I actually stick to a better product that actually is healthy with less chemicals. Not only that, when I talk about self-grooming and hygiene, it also is applicable to your real life, like on a daily basis. So you have to know that your appearance is actually the first impression, no matter what. So if you're attending an interview and someone sees you being so dirty, smelly, you have body odor, and you're not clean or neat, you're going to get rejected no matter how good you perform during the interview. Why? It's because they know that you can't represent the company. The companies have got their very own image. And imagine having an employee who is not well groomed. I mean, I wouldn't want that personally, would you? So that is why I'm saying that self-grooming is very important. Try to go for scent that is not too strong. A scent that is just gentle and wouldn't actually kill people, because sometimes when I pass by some people, I feel like fainting. So please work on that kind of scent. It's okay to invest a little bit extra for a good perfume. Please guys, believe me, don't think it's wasting money. You are wasting money on unnecessary things. So do spend money on yourself, just so you'll be able to attract people and people will be able to respect you for how clean, neat, and confident you look out there. Make sure when you're walking, when you're talking, you're actually having this great posture and great hand gestures, movement, smile. This is what I'm talking about, right? So please work on self-grooming and also how to actually be prettier or grow up better. So this is actually a skill that you can actually brush up on. Number 10 is a goal that we all need, which is good consumption. Guys, as I mentioned, this video is all about the very, very important goals that you and I are going to focus on this year. And when I say going to focus on this year, it means you have to implement no matter what. Why? Is because these are not some intricate details or goals, right? These are basic goals that you really have to sit down and polish on a daily basis if you can. Try to learn up on this. Try to improvise yourself on a daily basis. And good consumption is one of it. So if you're watching this video, you're already consuming some knowledge. Not only that, but what do I mean by good consumption is that you've got to consume good food. You've got to consume good contents. You've got to consume good people and energy around you. I do not want to see you, trying to fix relationships that are toxic or friendships that are broken. You don't have to please anyone out there, baby. So what you have to do is that work on yourself, work on self-love, right? Make sure you have actually walked away from all the traumas in your life and you're actually healing on a daily basis. That is why the only way to actually help you do this is actually by consuming all the good things. I mean, I can't lie, at this point, whenever I'm sad, I just feel like sitting down and crying, and that is when I want to play all the sad songs. But these days, whenever I'm sad or whatever, which I don't really feel sad because I've actually worked on so many ways to actually be a stronger version of myself. So what I actually do is I always consume the better stuff. So whenever I feel less motivated, I go watch videos on how to actually excel in life, how to be successful, or just some routines of like this productive people. That kind of gives me wish to be like them, or wish to be like, oh, okay, that is so cool, like they're actually studying, and what am I doing here? I have to study too. So this is the kind of toxic motivation that I have. As I told you initially, motivation is actually a scam. It will not keep you moving at the right momentum throughout the whole year. But once in a while, when you go down or when you feel down, right, that is when you can actually consume such good contents. And also, what I mean by consuming good content does not mean you just watch and make no changes. What I normally do is that when I watch any videos, I actually have got a very small book where I actually write down all the important or points that are actually quite attractive, that I could actually make use of it, or just come back to it and read up whenever I'm bored. So this kind of things will just remind myself subconsciously that, oh, okay, these are things that you've actually heard or learned before, and you can actually implement it. So whenever I'm like demotivated, I'll just open up this book and I'll be boosted. So that is what I'm telling you to do. All right, please work on your consumption, be with the right person, because as research has already said, the friends you're actually spending the most time with is going to influence you. So imagine spending time with people who are like drug addicts, they're smokers, they're drinking. You are going to certainly pick up these bad habits. So be with friends who are of great networks. Be with them, talk about businesses, talk about financial literacy, set goals together with your friends. This is going to bring all of you to the top together, and I'm pretty sure you have actually learned all the important points and some new knowledge that you guys might not have known before this. So I'm very grateful to be able to actually create this content for you all, and I truly hope you guys actually enjoyed this video. Do subscribe to my channel. Again, I truly love you guys, and I'm hoping for the best for you all. So let's get into 2026 with full of enthusiasm and the energy and a promise that we'll actually be keeping up the momentum until the end of the year. All right, so yes, thank you so much for watching this video, and I really wish you guys have a great year ahead. Bye.